You never stop working, but that might be a blessing.
I won't stop working.
You know, you're going to retire.
No, I won't retire.
And as Nixon said, drink too little, think too much.
Is that a Nixon quote? All right.
Yeah. Well, he said the unhappiest people he knew.
Oh,
you know,
that makes sense.
The unhappiest people of the world are those in the watering places, the international watering places like the south coast of France and Newport and Palm Springs and Palm Beach, going to parties every night, playing golf every afternoon, then bridge, drinking too much, talking too much, thinking too little, retired, no purpose.
He said people think it's wonderful to get a car, but and if you had 2 cars, wouldn't it be wonderful if you had a golf membership? Well, wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever? But for those of us that know, the unhappiest people I know are the ones that drink too little. I mean, drink too much, think too little, play too much bridge. Anyways, we're straying.
What's that from? Is that from a David Frost interview?
Yes. The only guy I can really do is Richard Nixon.
Well, that's you're over. Yeah, I see that.
But I can do an exact Richard Nixon.
Okay.
And I can only do one thing.
Okay.
But he's being interviewed by David Frost.
Right.
And you know they made a movie where they pretended David Frost
Frost
won,
Nixon.
but in the real tapes, Nixon won. You know, clearly.
Right.
But anyways, it was very funny because Nixon would use the ridiculousness of Watergate against his interlocutor.
Right.
And so at one point, David Frost says now when Howard Hunt and G. Gordon Liddy broke into the Watergate Hotel, they were wearing wigs and listening devices. And Richard Nixon goes, well, I suppose you could say they were wearing listening devices, or perhaps you'd call them hearing devices. And wigs. That's the only thing I can do.
That's the greatest thing I've ever seen. So what I was going to ask you to do, the Nixon Watergate, I have to hear that again.
I would do it because I love doing Nixon so much. David Frost is interviewing Richard Nixon.
Right.
Because Watergate was so ridiculous, Nixon would use that for his own benefit. So at one point, David Frost goes, now, Mr. Nixon, when E. Howard Hunt and Gordon Liddy entered the Watergate Hotel and broke into the room, at that moment, they were carrying...
And then it's about to go down. We're here to stay and run this town. Bring in the heat, bring in the energy. We're the queens of the festival, can't you see? We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, yeah, ooh. From dawn till dusk, we command the crowd's gaze. Every beat, every rhyme sets our souls ablaze. With swagger and style, we own this domain. In the realm of music, we reign supreme, no chain. Feel the rhythm pulsating through your veins. Our verses ignite, fire never wane. With each lyric we spit, each move we make, we carve our legacy, leaving jaws to quake. We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, I get it, ooh. No crown needed, our all's the crown jewel in the kingdom of sound. We never play the fool with beats as our scepters and rhymes as our decree. We're the sovereigns of rhythm for all to see. So bow down to the queens as we own the night. In the kingdom of music, we're the guiding light. From the first note to the last, we'll always be the festival queens, forever wild and free.
Listening devices and wigs. Richard Nixon goes, well, I suppose that they were carrying listening devices. Perhaps you could call them hearing devices. And wigs.